how do I forgive my husband? He is getting help to stop the abuse, but how can I get over everything he did to me and raise good children of the akhirah? How do I let go of the past if he does change, if he changes?
It's look, the question is very loaded, and there's clearly a lot of history here, and there's a lot that needs to be understood. Um, I would honestly feel that a situation like this and seeing the future of the relationship and whether reconciliation is on the table, if reconciliation is ever on the table, it's not a bad thing. But whether it's true reconciliation or not, whether this person has remorse, regret, the energy and strength to commit back to the relationship, these are factors that need to be understood carefully, right? We don't want to be rushed into things, and we don't want to just head on jump in and then like Imam Tom very beautifully said this, and that's why I kind of just said Subhanallah while he was speaking, that looking at things for what they really are. That's a skill from Allah. That's a very deep, intelligent skill. It's something that fuqaha and mujtahidun do. Like elite scholars, this is what they do. They look at things for what they actually are. They're able to see through the fluff and see what's going on. So in this regard, if you do have any desire for reconciliation, my advice would be, in addition to looking at this issue yourself, um, find people around you who you trust who can look at it from another perspective, an extra pair of eyes. If you have a wali in your family or someone who's close to you, someone that you trust, their integrity, their knowledge, their wisdom, they have some experience in this area. Have them look at it. I would say, have them look at the situation. It doesn't help to also, it doesn't hurt, sorry, to also speak to a therapist and counselor to make sure that you're in the right place to move forward. Because recovering from abusive relationships and outside of the marital element of it, just in general, it's a process, right? It's not easy. Perceived or objective real oppression is something that really takes a toll on the insan, on the human being. And so you have to make sure that you're in the right place to be there. We shouldn't get caught up on specific relationships. We need to see whether those relationships add value to us. And this is like you know, it's something the fuqaha and Muslim jurists and scholars write about. That when we're looking for relationships, we want to look for relationships where there's taqwa, where there's righteousness, where there's good character, where there's obedience to Allah. And there are a lot of narrations that I can cite here, but it's Ramadan, and this really isn't a place for us to go into fiqh discussions. It's not a time for that either. But just that would be my two pieces of advice, just to summarize them again. Number one, have someone look into the situation to ensure that there is progress, right? And number two, talk to someone to see if you find yourself moving forward. And lastly, our du'as are with you. You know, we want you to know that we are making dua for you. So be patient, be strong in these moments of difficulty as you're struggling. The best advice that I can give you is keep yourself busy in the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just embrace that dhikr of Allah. Keep a tasbih in your hand and just always keep yourself going, because you are going to recover from this, inshallah. Well, we're praying for you. We're rooting for you. I have hope in Allah in this Ramadan Mubarak night that you're going to come through. You're going to do amazing. But on the other hand, the question is, what do you attribute that recovery to? Do we attribute that recovery to just waiting it out? Do we attribute that recovery to becoming more mature, as some people would say? Or do we attribute that recovery to my journey on dhikr and making dua to Allah? My journey on attending the Celebrate Mercy webcast and listening to the Quran and connecting and benefiting from mashayikh and teachers, and that Ramadan Friday night where hundreds of people said Ameen to the dua. And I ask everyone that's here right now to, if you have access to a keyboard in front of you, drop a dua for this individual. We can do that. And you may not realize it, but your little dua, your simple statement, is everything that this person needs to hear, everything that we need to hear, everything our brother and sister needs to hear, right? And if our dua can give them himma, give them strength and courage to face their difficulties, we are victorious. We did our bit, right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you.